Folks, you ready for your headliner tonight? Please help me give a warm welcome to the very funny Mandee McKelvey!
Hey guys, hi Noblesville, thanks for having me. Hi, you might recognize me from the bathroom a moment ago. I couldn't hold it anymore. I was trying to time it out, but it didn't work. Hi. I see so many people. Well, I do not. That's a lie. I don't see anyone. You are jet black right now, but I can't see shit up here. I can see like 5 head silhouettes is all I can see. But earlier when I went to the bathroom, I looked at you. And I could see so many people that I did not know or recognize, and I love that. I love it when people don't know my jokes. So that is my favorite kind of person. People that don't know my jokes. I'm a what they call a Midwestern road comic. I just drive around the middle of the country all the time to tell my jokes, which means that every week I'm in a different place, which means every week I have to apologize for my voice sounding so racist. And I am sorry. I don't think this is acceptable or nothing. This is just what I got. It sucks because I know Indiana is just as trashy as where I'm from. But y'all didn't get stupid ass voices, and I don't think that's fair. Y'all just sound like people on TV. I hate that because it just, imagine yourself just going on a trip. Imagine you just go on a trip to I don't know, Seattle, and as soon as you show up there, they go, "Are you from fucking Noblesville or some shit?" Can you? Well, that's what it's like when I travel. No, if you don't have a stupid ass voice, that's another thing you didn't know you should be grateful for. Please be more grateful for it. Just imagine having a mullet stuck in your throat. It means I can't ever sound smart. And I want to sound smart so bad. It sounds cool. I think that's probably why I didn't try harder in school. I knew how it was going to work out. I mean, just think of it. Imagine I could be a doctor. I could be in a white lab coat giving a TED talk right now, and nobody would give a shit. No, I could be I'm a doctor. I'm the good one. The good kind. I did it. I did the thing you've always wanted. I cured cancer. That's how good of a doctor I am. It was actually pretty fucking easy. I got it all summed up here in this formula. I'm going to explain it to you now, but I would have lost your asses 15 minutes ago. All anybody hears when I talk is NASCAR, I fucking love it. So should you. Here is why. And I just draw a picture of a car. But I'm okay, there's 4 whole wheels on this son bitch. All right. Check out that engine right there, talking about vroom vroom. Okay. Now this whole thing is just gonna be just tearing ass, just turning left, scattered, smothered, covered. Okay. But that's not the important part. Here it is. Check out that decal. Yep, that is a number 3. Rest in peace. Questions? Nobody cares. And it's not just smart. I always wanted to be classy. I played with way too many Barbies growing up, which led me to believe there would be sequins on a Tuesday, kind of a life, I want to be classy so bad, but honestly, the classy ship sailed long before I ever spoke my first words, because my fucking name is Mandee. There's nothing you can do with that name. Imagine if I was a doctor. I'd just come up here and be like, "Hey, you guys, I'm Dr. Mandee." You can fuck up any job with that name, by the way. It changes the whole vibe of the job. Hey, I'm Police Officer Mandee. construction worker Mandee. It's all just a slutty Halloween costume. I'm a fucking nurse. It sucks because, audiences are so nice to me. Oh my God, people. That's one of my favorite things about comedy. People are so kind to me. I don't know why some comics have like such an adversarial relationship with the audience where they're like fucking fighting and making fun of each other. That shit does not happen to me. People come up to me after the show and genuinely try to help me. I love it so much. I've had 3 humans who did not know each other in different cities come up to me after a show and go, hey, you're an adult now. You don't have to go by Mandee if you don't want to. You can go by Amanda if you want to. And they're absolutely right. I could go by Amanda if that were my fucking name. Not in my trailer park. They don't do that where I'm from. They just name you what the fuck they're gonna call you. I did have questions because I knew about the name Amanda, and I think my parents did too. I don't know, they just made the choice they made because I tried to confront my mom, when I was like an adult or whenever I thought I was an adult, I was like, Mom, what happened back there? I was all fucking 19, She was like, oh, I know, I made a mistake. Just immediately. See, because what it was, now this is all the research I've done. I just asked my mom. But according to my mom, in the 70s when I was born, they used to give you drugs. This is a direct quote. They used to give you drugs to have babies that they don't give you no more because they make your babies weird. Which would explain a lot. But, so according to her, in the 70s, you did not have to be mentally, emotionally, or physically barely present to give birth to a child. They would just knock your ass out for 3 days. And then one day they just are like, hey, good morning, ma'am. You're a mother now. Here's this angry pink potato we pulled out of you. But you know what? You seem like the kind of person who's in the correct mental state to make a decision that's about to affect the rest of another human being's life forever. Go, bitch, what do you want to name it? And she did not disappoint. She kicked right up out of that coma. She was like, I want to call her Mandee. Because number 1, I fucking love Barry Manilow. And number 2, I'm high as hell right now. And the nurse was like, that's honestly a really popular name this year, ma'am. All right, yes, I get it. But God, I wish I could find this nurse because she legit tried to help my family. She tried to help. She was like, okay, so you want to call her Mandee? Let's get that down on the birth certificate. Exactly the way that you would like it to legally appear forever. So, Amanda? And that's when my dad woke up from whatever drugs he was on. He was like, "What, Amanda? What is that? 3A? What are we, Italian? No, thank you." She said, "Mandee, goddammit. Now hurry up. Let's get this rolling so we can ride her around, not strapped into her car seat. Let's go." And so the nurse is like, "Honestly, I do not get paid enough for this. All right, Mandee, it is. How do you want to spell it?" And if you've not picked up on the plot of this joke by now, it's that they didn't fucking know how to spell it. So they just sounded it out. Now, luckily, my mom took the reins here, and she is by far the brains of this couple. She was like, "Well, I know how to spell man. That's M-A-N. My dad, he's dumb, but he's supportive. He was like, fucking nailed it, honey. Keep going. She's like, okay. Mandee. And that's what they did. Y'all, my name is Mandee. And that's my name all the fucking time, you guys. That's my name all the days and all the hours. I have had to say and spell that thousands of times. If they put my name on your Starbucks cup, you'd be pissed. That is on my voter registration card. Do you think they count my vote? Me neither. I think there's a guy, I think it's his whole job. I think he's like, thank you, Bill, thank you, Bob, thank you, Steve, thank you, Mandee. Oh, shit. No, sweetheart. You gotta go in that special pile with crystals and ambers. And I don't disagree with that. You ever met a group of crystals and ambers that should be making major decisions when they're together? Not when we're together. But like, I was like, okay, so, because I was like, all right, my mom, I was like trying to confront her, right? And I was like, that could not have been your dream for your only daughter. And she goes, I know, I regret it. And she said, you remember I told you about them drugs? Yeah, Mom, I know about all the drugs. And you remember I told you about that Barry Manilow song? Yeah, I know all about the fucking Barry Manilow song. Well, I got confused. And I named you Mandee. And I regret that. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, I had a beautiful name all picked out for you for 8 months before you were born. So are you telling me I had a real fucking name? One you thought about? One I don't know, maybe you looked it up in a baby name book, it had a meaning? Maybe my grandma cross-stitched it on a pillow? Shit, maybe it was something I could even find on a keychain one day. I'll never stop looking. What was my real name supposed to be? And she goes, oh, shit, I don't remember, but it was a hell of a lot better, Mandee. And so, flash forward to now, because, this is how I turned out now. And I don't, I would make more jokes about it, but I'm still taking this in. This is an ever-evolving situation. I've recently become a middle-aged lady, and I still thought I had a good 30 years left before I morphed into this Disney villain. I can't see your faces, so I can't, I really need faces for this, because, some people are like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but some people are like, I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about. Since some people think I'm knocking myself, I'm not knocking myself. I'm still an attractive lady, but don't I have that look like it's fading, more? Yes! Yes! You do look like it's fading. I have to find a young, fresh girl somewhere, So, yep, suck out your life juices or some shit. Yeah, before the last petal falls or the last grain of sand, I don't fucking know. I hadn't got my instructions yet. I don't know how to do this yet. Yeah, because I've recently become a middle-aged lady, and that being middle-aged was not something I ever considered a single day in my life. It sounds crazy, but it's like I didn't think it was real. I used to call people middle-aged as a slur. And I'm really eating crow now because I did not think I would get here. I don't know what I thought. I was a young woman my whole life. But I used to think all the time about becoming an old woman one day. Oh, I thought about that all the time. And at no point did I ever consider this fucking purgatory that exists in between those two worlds. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I used to be just like hot and stupid. And I would think like one day I'll be like gross but wise. And now I'm just like not nearly as hot but still pretty stupid. This is the bad place. It is so odd. I feel lied to. I feel like I was not told. I feel like people were given misinformation out a bit about getting older because nothing is going the way I expected it to. Like I was led to believe that getting older was like this overall gradual process where everything on your body just slowly changes at like just a fucking glacial pace. To where if photographs had never been invented, you might not even notice that it was happening. And everybody in this room over 40 knows that was a bullshit lie from hell. From hell. From hell. I can't see you, but thank you. From hell. That was a bullshit lie. All my shit is going at different rates. Nothing rapidly different rates. Aging is not a nothing, everything. Like being naked in the mirror is such a mindfuck now. I look like somebody Frankenstein together a bunch of ladies from different decades. Nothing. I look in the mirror and I'm like, I just look in the mirror and I'll be like, well, that's still 20. Well, that's 40. Well, that's 70. Jesus Christ. I don't even care how old I am. I just want all my shit to match again. It's so weird. Like I turned, I don't know what I would have done if I'd have known. I think maybe I would have just kept a journal or something, you know, like of every day of my life that I went to my underwear drawer and took out my underwear and stepped into it and then pulled my underwear up and placed it onto my ass. Because at no point did anyone ever tell me there would be a day where I picked up my ass and placed it into my underwear. And I didn't even notice it the first time it happened. Because the first time it happened, I thought it was a special occasion. You know, like I think it happened to me the first time. It happens to a lot of women. I thought it was a special occasion because I was putting on shapewear. And so I would say, and gentlemen, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we used to call them Spanx. Now there's like 1,000 words for them, but it is just those toddler bike shorts that your wife has in her underwear drawer. And they don't, fit. They're not meant to. And she has to sit on the bed and she has to put her feet in the tiny toddler holes. And she has to do this sitting down because if you try to stand up, you'll die. And she has to go, and then she has to just sort of slowly, and then and at this point you can't even tell. It looks just like a band around her because they're all rolled up on themselves. And she gets them to here, she gets them to here. And when she gets them to right here, the bend at your crotch leg right there, that's when she gets them here and then she stops. And then you have to reach up you have to make a hook with your hand. And you have to reach up under and pull up your whole ass cheek. You got to get under there. You got to touch some stuff. You got to take the temperature. You pull up your ass cheek. And then you place it into the pocket of the bike shorts. And then you Godspeed on the rest of the way up, because that's the widest part of your body. But when you get them on and then you put your dress on, you stand in the mirror and you say to yourself, what a special night. What a special night. Because in the beginning, you only do that for the specialist of outfits. So if you're going through all that trouble, it's a big night. It's a big deal. And you're like, wow, I'm going to look amazing. What a special night. What a special evening. But then, fast forward to like, a Tuesday at a PTA meeting and your wife's wearing her long sleeve panties. And that's right there. That's where mine end. Right there. It's in there. Right there. Not that you're all not special. You're very special. But this outfit really did not require that kind of compression. I don't know what it is. It's like everything just went at different rates. Like when I became middle-aged, my hair turned gray immediately. Within seconds turned gray. But like my face, and maybe just for today, but it's still fucking hanging in there. But like I probably am more in shape now than I was when I was younger. But now, no matter how hard I work, no matter what I do, for some reason, my arm still does this fuck shit. What is that? What is that? Don't look away. Don't look away! Look right at it. This is not a horror movie. It's not, look, oh my God. Don't look away. I know. You're not, and I know you don't see as much of this as you would think because gentlemen, that is because women have shielded you from this your entire life. You know how your mom always wears a cardigan in the summer? She not cold. Search your heart, you know she's not cold. That woman's been in menopause for 25 years. She might never be cold again. And that's the problem. That's why men aren't used to seeing it because we women, we act so weird about it. It's such a natural thing. It happens to every woman. Like literally over the age of 40, there's only 5 women on the planet with nice arms and the rest of us look like this shit. But we act like it's like we're the only one. We act like we start acting weird and covering it up. And now I'm not weird to the point of like cardigan in the summer weird yet, but I still do weird shit. Like, I don't wave at people anymore. I would never. I'm not even fucking friendly anymore. If I saw somebody I know, none of that. Nope, none of that. Hey, never again. That might be why middle-aged women are so loud. We don't use our arms. We're just like, hey, Mom! We keep these shits tucked in like a T-Rex now. This is my range of motion right here, this jazzy-ass little circle. If I can't get it done in this circumference, it ain't getting done. I hope that light switch isn't too high or sleeping in the bright lights tonight. I'm not fucking doing this out in public, never again. I know, like, this is the way, like, and you, like, this, I hesitate to show you this one. This is my least favorite one. I'm not turning doorknobs anymore, I'll tell you that. Will not be turning another doorknob, not with the wave pattern on it like that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I hope to God chivalry's not dead, because if somebody don't open the door for me, my ass is just stuck outside. What am I going to do? This on a public street? No, thank you. Absolutely not. Like, obviously, if it's like an emergency to get in someplace, like, I'll use my feet. But, like, you got to be careful with that. Don't do that and say I said to do it, because that is an aggressive-ass way to walk into a gas station. Hey, y'all still carry Fun Dip in here or what? No? Weak. And they're like, what the fuck? Did we get robbed? She didn't take nothing, but I feel unsafe. Lock the door. Don't lock the door on me. I'll make you regret it. Let me in. Let me back in. I'm fucking sexy. Make everybody sad. And it's just so, and I want women to stop being weird about the stuff that, because if it happens to all of us, then we shouldn't be weird about it. And like, I just want us to stop, and I don't want to have to act weird. I don't want to have to mess up my outfits with a stupid ass sweater. I don't want, and you think men will hate it, but women, I gotta be honest with you, men are way less hard on us than we are on ourselves. I swear to God, they are. We think they're so picky. They are not. All we have to do to make men literally get into this is just to like show it to them and then take it away. And they're like, what the fuck was that? Like, that's it. That's all they care. All they care about is what they don't have access to. If we all walked around with our tits out, no one would give a shit about boobs. It would be just like National Geographic, how all the women are walking around with their boobs out and all the men are just looking in the trees and shit. Like, nobody would care. Nobody would care. You remember back in the day, that was like the big thing in like silent films was fucking ankles? Like a car would be driving by and a woman would like bust out an ankle and the car would like wreck off a cliff or some shit. It's just like this. That's all we have to do. Men are so simple. All they care about is, am I supposed to see it? No? Well, then I want to come on it. That's it. That's all porn is. Are we supposed to be doing this? I'm going to come. It's all porn. It's all porn. This seems bad. I better come about it. Every porn I've ever seen is that. Every porn category. I swear to God, we could heal this so quickly if we would just all get on the same page. Women's problem is we won't agree on anything. If we will just get on the same page, we all agree. One day we all walk around in sleeveless shirts, and then we never walk around in sleeveless shirts again. They will be like, oh my God, I can't wait till my wife gets home so I can see them fucking arms. Restrict access to them. It'll be all they think about all day long. They'll be at work trying to recreate the sensation. Oh, it's not the same. What is that? I swear to God to you, I love compliments. I love compliments more than any. Compliments are my food, my water, my shelter. I love them so much. And I think most women agree with that, a compliment from a man that you don't know, like a strange man out of nowhere, even if it's a nice compliment, it can feel really weird. It can feel not great because, like, you don't know that man. Like, you don't know what his intention is behind the compliment, right? So, like, you know, because, like, some man could, like, be complimenting me, and I'm like, okay, is he into me, or is he just, like, sizing me up to see if I'll fit in his van? You know, like... You know, like, does he really like my skin, or is he just seeing if it's loose enough so he can wear it? You know what I mean? Like, you know how you don't know. Like, some men, you're like, what is this about? What's really behind this? You know, and it could be a not sexual compliment, and it still can be weird. Like, if a strange man just walks up to me out of nowhere and is like, I like your smile, I'm like, get out of my mouth. But after just saying that to you just now, if a man walked up to me and was like, oh my God, what is this? Oh my God, it's so, oh God, what is that even made of? It's so soft. I mean, it's definitely not muscle. What is that? But it's like, it's not fat either. Is it some kind of gelatin? What is that? Oh my God, it's like somebody left your arm in the crock pot too long. It's so warm. If a man said that to me, I would be like, sir, where is your car? So we need to lay down. It'd be incredible. That's the key. Gentlemen, I'm about to give you a piece of advice that you don't deserve. You don't deserve it. If you take this advice, don't use it for evil, use it for good. I'm about to give you the key to your whole last relationship. And here it is. Yes, the woman that you are with, the woman that you like, she wants to be complimented by you. Of course she does. She loves that shit. But my guess is you are complimenting her on the same shit that anybody would compliment on her on. You're complimenting her on things that she is secretly afraid she is going to lose. Somebody tells me I have nice hair. I say thank you. And then I think it's all going to fall out one day. Will you still love me then? If somebody says, you have nice teeth, I'm like, they will be false. Dentures run in my family. If somebody says to me, you have nice boobs, I think to myself, will you love them when they touch my toes? Because they will. But if a man says, I like this, I can only provide more of this for him as I get older. The key is you have to get into the thing that your woman hates about herself. You find the thing that she hates about herself, and then you just fucking get into it. She hates this, I want to snuggle it. I want to sleep on it. It's my favorite place on earth. If you get into the shit we hate about ourselves, where would we go? We'll never leave you. What else is out there for us? We've won. If a man said to me, Mandee, I just love all the textures and shadows and dimples on your ass. I just love them so much. I'm just so sick to death of seeing all them smooth ass bitches on the internet. I'm sick of it. All their taut skin across their taut asses. It makes me sick. I couldn't wait to come home to you. Looking in your ass is like looking into outer space. Where am I gonna go? Gonna go compete with the smooth ass bitches on the internet again? That's ridiculous. I'm winning. If a man said to me, oh my God, I just love your little turkey neck. Is that new? Why, yes, it is. It dropped in when I was about 43. And he's like, oh my God, I love how it just hangs completely independent of your chin or your throat. It's like it's completely unrelated to either of them. It's just totally doing its own thing. And it's got its own little layer of fuzz on it. I don't care if that man cheats on me. I don't care. I'm getting my needs met. Give a shit what he does. He's my favorite. Y'all just don't understand that. You get too stuck on boobs. But I do. I'm just struggling to figure out my body. It is constantly changing at this age, quicker than I ever realized, in weirder spots than I was ever prepared for. And now I'm dealing with a new thing on top of it, because just a couple of months ago, and this was not like a planned thing, I had a breast reduction. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. No, that's actually a very appropriate response, to be honest with you. It's a very appropriate response. Because, like, you know, I mean, it's only happened a couple of months ago. It was very unexpected. I had an issue, and it resulted in a breast reduction. And so I didn't have time to process it. So I've been talking about it a little bit on stage for the past couple months. And, you know, sometimes people will be like, woo, you know, which is great. That's like, you know, supportive, girl power, your body, your choice. That's very appropriate. And sometimes people like you will be like, that doesn't sound like my business. No, thank you. I'll just wait until she tells me how to feel. Which is also very appropriate. Thank you. Very appropriate. None of that is what happened in Cleveland 2 weeks ago. In Cleveland 2 weeks ago, I said, as casually as a human being could say, I just had a breast reduction. And I looked, and there was a woman sitting maybe about where you were, and she had fixed her hands to start to give me a supportive, good for you. Yay. She fixed her mouth to give me a woo. And I saw her, and she woo. But she couldn't get there. She couldn't make a sound, because before her hands touched, 19 men in the front row went, no! No, God! Why? No! And I lost the room. They started having their own feelings and discussions completely separate from me. My show was completely derailed. They were gone. They no longer needed me to be a part of the conversation. And you would think I would be so mad about that. And it would. Normally, something like that would make me so mad, having like men react like that. Because, I mean, if you haven't, look, you got to know something about me. My favorite thing in the world is shitting on men. It's my favorite. I love it so much. Listen, gentlemen, I know. Sometimes it hurts and it sucks. I get it. It is my favorite thing in the world. It is, oh my God, it is the Snickers bar of my mind. Some people do heroin. I shit on dudes, and I can't stop. I can't stop. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to the feeling of it. And to be honest with you, it is an amazing way for a woman to be able to tell who the good men are and who the bad men are in the room immediately. Because the minute I start shitting on dudes, all the bad dudes start arguing with me. But all the good dudes just lay back and let me finish. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. Yeah, I tell them, I'm like, look, y'all, the more you fight, the more this is going to hurt. They don't get it. They want to argue. It's such a great way of finding out who's cool and who's not cool. So you would think, as much as I love shitting on dudes, that moment when all those 19 dudes in the first were just like, no, you would think I would have just been ready to tear into them, but it wasn't like that. They weren't saying no to me. They had forgotten I was there. They were literally grieving. They were privately grieving. They didn't even know I could hear them. It was like a natural, audible, like involuntary reaction they were having, because 5 seconds ago they had in their mind there was a certain amount of boobs in this world. And now they have heard that there are less. And they were devastated. And as I couldn't even make fun of them, I was like, oh man, men are not okay. It was the first time I felt deep empathy for men. I started trying to console them. I wasn't even doing jokes anymore. I started trying to literally console the men in the audience, trying to talk them out of their sadness. I was like, no, listen, you understand. It wasn't like what you think. It was not all big boobs are good boobs. And they're like, you shut up! You shut up! Don't even talk about boobs like that. Don't even talk about it like that. No, it's okay. I tried to make them less appealing. I was like, you guys, it wasn't like an aesthetic choice. It was a safety issue. There was an issue. And they're like, do you get a second opinion? Like, they were like, I was like, look, I tried to make them like discuss. I was like, look, no, listen. It's not the kind of boobs you're thinking about. One of them was determined to get to my shoe. She had been working on that for 20 years, and she was halfway there. And the other one was always trying to make a wide left turn. Just, you know how like a semi has to swing out to the right before they... You know, that was like, they were not, and they were like, no, shut up. Don't talk like that. We missed them. I heard one man in the back, he didn't even think I could hear him, but it was so quiet while they were grieving. I heard one man quietly in the back say to himself, but where did they go? A question I never thought to ask my doctor. At no point during that surgery, I was like, what are you going to do with them? And then I was like, shit, what do they do with them? Where do all the boobs go? It's like, oh God, I'm assuming there's a medical dumpster somewhere. And then it hit me, they probably have to have security for that medical dumpster because of all the dudes that try to get in there and just motorboat them one last time. Oh my God, goodbye titties, goodbye forever. I never expected those types of reactions because since it wasn't a planned surgery, I didn't really have any time to talk to anybody about it or get any feedback or realize what weird ass things it was going to bring up in people. And boy, did it bring up weird ass things. So a couple months after the surgery, I was like, you know, pretty well healed, and I was like gonna go on a date and stuff, and just so you know, like over 40, if you're over 40, or if you're over 40 but you're not dating, you know, here's what it's like. Oh, dating over 40 it's not how you think of dating or remember traditional dating. There's no such, over 40, there's no such thing as like girlfriend and boyfriend. Like that's not, like you're not like practicing commitment or like trying somebody on to see how they fit. Like over 40 is just live action, fuck, marry, kill. Like that's, and it's honestly fine. It sounds awful, but it's actually really fine. It's fine. You just, because you know what? You've been in lots of relationships, or probably a very long-term relationship, but then you know what you're doing, you know what you want, you know what you don't care about and won't accept. So everything's just so straightforward at this age, and I love it. Like, over 40, you are either just fucking, and I mean just fucking. And I don't mean just fucking the way young people say they're just fucking either. Because like young people say they're just fucking, but they're actually psychologically torturing each other on their phones all day long. Like they slept together twice and now one texts a paragraph and then 8 days later the other one texts K and then she's like, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, you've seen how young people are just fucking, right? It's a nightmare. But people over 40 really are just fucking because, like, our memories are gone. We literally just forget each other when we're not together. There's no psychological torture. Sometimes I will forget I know anyone. And then I'll look at my phone and be like, oh my God, I love him. I haven't seen him in a while. And then I close my phone and forget him again. It's so cool to be this mentally free. So you're either just fucking or you are getting married tomorrow, and I'm not kidding. Tomorrow. You're not having like a big wedding with a dress and like inviting people and picking out flowers either. Y'all are going to the courthouse. You're busy. It's a business decision. You got shit to do. It'll be like, okay, well, my kid Cody is on Anthem Insurance and his kid Madeline is on Humana Insurance, and we just need to get them on the same fucking insurance. We can't be going to different doctors all the time. So like, let's just go to the courthouse and get this wrapped up. Like, it is so amazing the way people in their 40s date. Like on their to-do list will be like, get milk, eggs, do taxes, get fucking married. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Just no romance, and I love it. And then, of course, the third option is somebody's got to die. You know, and that's fine too. Like, that's fine. Honestly, that is fine. Because, like, to be honest with you, at this age, I've been dating so long, I would be shocked if a man could be creative enough to hurt me. I would be shocked. After everything I've been through, after everything I've seen, I would be very shocked. Honestly, if he was creative enough to figure out a way to hurt me, I'd almost let him have it. I'd always be like, you got me. You got me. Good for you. But, like, to be honest with you, at this age, if you actually were able to hurt me, I'm just gonna fucking kill you. Like, I'm just gonna kill you. I'm fucking kill you. Because, like, what's the consequence? I'm gonna go to jail? Oh no. Guess what? Plot twist. I don't have a fucking 401k. That's my retirement plan. Are you telling me that I get to kill a dude I don't like, and then you're gonna give me 3 hots and a cot, and I get to do creepy sex stuff with mean ladies for the rest of my life? Sign me up. That sounds cool as hell. Jail is only scary to young people. Old people are like, free health care. Oh no, take me to jail where I get to finger all those cool mean ladies. Oh no. Oh. I'm sorry, I got off topic. I was talking about a whole different other thing. Okay. So I was like 2 months out from the breast surgery. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on like a date. And, you know, so like at this age, you know, I don't have like a regular person in my life, you know, so I just like every third Tuesday of the month when I'm back home or available or off the road, I just like go into my phone and pick out my favorite divorced dad, you know. That's what's available at this age, I'm sorry. And so I'm on a date with my favorite divorced dad. He's my absolute favorite. And it's been 8 weeks since the surgery, and he is the sweetest, cutest thing on earth. He is so fucking boring. I love him so much. When I was younger, I used to be like, I want a musician, an artist. I want somebody with dreams. I want somebody to go. No, absolutely not. Give me that tax accountant dick. Give me that in bed by 9:30. Has enough to cover the dinner. Brings no drama into my life. We fall asleep to Netflix. Let's wrap it up, bitch. We both got to get up at 6. Bring me that tax accountant dick. And so, this is my favorite. I love this man so much. He's so boring. But he's so sweet and wholesome, too. And so we're having dinner, and he's asking me questions about how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, how I'm healing. I'm telling him all about the surgery. This man makes it through an entire 2-hour-long conversation over dinner. 2 hours before he finally gets up the courage. So how long did they say it was going to be before people could touch them? People? Did you say people? How long before people can touch them? Well, I don't know, Paul. I mean, like, for people, that's a vastly different timeline for each individual person, to be honest with you. Some people never. Some people can never touch them, ever. Some people used to touch them, they can't anymore. Like, what do you mean? Like, yet another thing I didn't think to ask my doctor as he was wheeling my freshly chopped up ass out of the OR, and I'm all morphined out. And at no point did I go, doctor, wait before you leave. How long before people can touch him? You see, there is a line of people outside the hospital, and they are just clamoring for a squeeze of these titties. You gotta help me, doctor. Come outside with me. We gotta assign them numbers. They don't know when they can touch them. Doctor comes out with me. He's like, what are you? I like your teeth. You got a 401k? All right, 2 months. You can touch them in 2 months. All right. What do you got going on back there? What are you like? Oh, no, absolutely not. With that belt and shoes, 3 years. Go to the back. See, you, all right, I like what are you talking about? Wait, you play the guitar? Back of the line. Like, I don't know. I was like, Paul, are you asking me when you can touch them? He still couldn't admit it. In general. Me, you, in general. And I was like, me? Are you asking when I can touch them? The person who washed them before I came. Are you asking when I can touch my own titties, Paul? I wouldn't stop. I couldn't stop. I knew how uncomfortable he was. And I knew what he was asking. And what was even funnier to me is that wasn't even what he was really asking. What he was really asking was, when can we have sex again? But he is such a boring, regular-ass, middle-aged, straight, wonderful man that in his brain, there is no such thing as sex without titties. He never even thought of it. What he didn't know is that I was in perfectly good condition from the waist down. He could have always been touching it, if you know what I mean, but he just didn't think to ask that. I knew what he meant, but I just couldn't let him off the hook. It was too funny to me. I just stayed on him until I was like, no, are you saying if you want to know when you can touch them, you ask when you can touch them, Paul? Finally, he was like, how long before I can touch them? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Buy me a present and you're in. I don't know. I didn't ask. Wash your hands first. I don't fucking know. I still don't know. I didn't know the answer ever. I just wanted you to be uncomfortable. But I'm navigating that. I'm navigating my new middle-aged body. I'm navigating the fact that now I have much smaller, higher up titties that might be reminiscent of something I would have had when I was 20 if I didn't get whatever those 2 weird sacks of flowers were I got. And I'm navigating this world with a new body, and at the same time, all this amazing stuff has been revealed to me in middle age that no one told me about either. No one told me about the good shit about middle age. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you you literally just like all the give a fucks just slide right out of you because we have to go to the bathroom so much now, or like what is going on with it, but so much good. And maybe they didn't know because like when I was little, I was basically taught that if a woman made it well into her 40s, never been married, no kids, that would be like a tragedy. And I kind of thought that too, to be honest, until I got here. Y'all, it turns out I have recently become the perfect age to where my dating range has opened up by 20 years on both fucking sides of my actual real age. I have a 4 decades wide age setting on Tinder. I'm just cleaning the internet. Like, and I know everybody hates online dating. Maybe some of you have tried online dating and you had a bad experience. If so, I apologize. It may be because I already fucked everybody. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am having so much fun. Because everything, they make you think that when you get older, like you're going to dry up and your options decrease. None of that has happened. Literally, every single thing that was always available to me is still available to me. And by that, I mean men in their 20s and 30s. They're still available to me. Still, occasionally, a man in his 20s will still approach me. I don't go for it because, obviously, like, he could be into me or he could be the baby I gave up in high school. So it's like, you gotta stay safe out there, or like men in their 30s fucking love me. Men in their 30s love me, but I don't trust that either. Because like, I don't know what that is. Like they really love me. Like I think to them, I'm like maybe like just old enough for it to be naughty, but not old for it to be gross yet. Do you know what I mean? I don't trust them. And besides, like men in their 30s are sneaky. They act like they're so much more evolved than men in their 20s, but they're not. These men do not have dental insurance. But they have a subscription to the WWE network. It's the same price. It's $9.99. I'm not gonna fuck that guy. I'm not gonna fuck that guy again. But even when I turned 40, it wasn't like I magically started to get it. When I turned 40, I was still dating the wrong way and totally unhappy because I was dating the only way I knew how, like I'd been taught. I was taught dating. You look for somebody that you have a bunch of stuff in common with. That's what I taught. That's what I was taught. That's what I thought was realistic. That you'll be happy. You'll have stuff in common. And that's not it. Listen, when I turned 40, I started looking for a guy that was like me. In his 40s, never married, no kids. I thought that would be a unicorn. And I got the word unicorn mixed up with the word is a fucking serial killer. No, don't, not him either. If a man makes it 4 decades on this planet and he has never committed himself to another human being or taken responsibility for other human beings, it's because he likes to murder human beings. Fuck that guy. But I didn't know that. I was so depressed. It was going so poorly. I was like, is this dating in your 40s? I have to stop looking for the man I'm going to marry and just start looking for the man I'm going to let kill me? What's going on? I had accepted my fate. I was on a date with a man and I walked into his bathroom. First time I ever went over to his apartment, I walked into his bathroom and it was sparkling clean, which is a big deal for a woman, right? We go in that bathroom, we want to know you're responsible and not disgusting. So I go in a bathroom, sparkling clean. I walk in, I'm like, oh, he cleaned up for me. But the more I looked around, I was like, I don't think he cleaned up for me. I don't think he's ever pissed in here. And then I was like, well, where is he pissing? And I was like, oh, yeah, probably in that mass grave of big dummies like me in the backyard, of course. And I was like, no, I gotta know. I had to do the ultimate test. I bent down, I took my fingers, and I swiped them across his baseboards. Because only serial killers and my mom clean their baseboards. I swiped them across his baseboards, and they came up minty fresh, not a speck of dust. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Somebody gets it. Minty fresh. I got chills down my spine. I accepted my fate. I was like, I'm ready to die. This is the one. He's very accomplished. We're going to look beautiful together in our pictures on the internet. When Nancy Grace puts us on a 72-hour news cycle, I'm going to be the hottest dead lady in America. I tried to hype myself up. I was like, this is the one, dummy. Now go out there and get murdered like a champ. Talk myself in the mirror. Wear my hair like a wig, you Patrick Bateman fuck. So I walked out of that bathroom ready to die. And he did not disappoint. He walks right up to me. Hey, I just remodeled my basement. Would you like to see it? I was like, would I? I'll lead the way. Oh, it's dark down here. Oh, can I call my mom first? Only he didn't kill me. He just dated me for a year and hurt my fucking feelings. And everybody here over 40 knows that's way worse. Don't hurt my feelings at this age. Just kill me. Much rather die than start over again. But it finally happened. I finally stumbled on to the correct group of people, the most beautiful people to ever enter the world of online dating. And that is, as you've already been informed, divorced dads. These beautiful... do I have a divorced dad in the room? I can't see you. You got to be audible. I can't see you. Sound from the divorced dads?
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Look, you're about to think that I'm about to make fun of you, and I absolutely am not. I misjudged you. I really did. I didn't pay any attention to divorced dads. I used to think, it wasn't even that I thought something was wrong with them. I just thought, like, we wouldn't have anything in common. Because I don't understand, like, alimony and child support and kid schedules and who picks her up from karate class and who pays for his braces. It just sounds so complicated. Like, oh, well, you said you'd pick him up at 4:59, but you picked him up at 5:01, and now we got to go back to court. Like, I don't... What? Like that, I just was like, we won't have anything in common. But here's the trick. Here's the trick. Here's the secret I didn't know. You don't have to have anything in common with a divorced dad to get along with him. Because divorced dads don't give a fuck about anything. They are so beaten down. They are. They spent the last 15 years of their lives sacrificing everything mentally, emotionally, financially for a woman who hates his ass now. She hates his ass. And a couple of kids, they're sweet, but they're kids. Their brains aren't developed yet, so they're ungrateful. They call him a cunt behind his back. So now he's given everything he thought he could give to these three people who fucking can't stand him. All I have to do to show up, all I have to do to be successful on a date with a divorced dad is just show up in a pretty dress and say, thank you for this drink. And he's like, I love you. I love you too, Jeff. And I do fucking love Jeff. I love Jeff, and I love Doug, and I love Greg, and I love Richard. I love all of them so much. These men, all their dreams are dead. And y'all, that is like my number one dating criteria. It is, because even in a healthy relationship, search your heart, there is only room in the relationship for one person to have dreams. And that's me. I have dreams. I need you to have a 401k. Somebody's got to get us dental insurance, goddammit. But I love them so much. Like, these divorced men, they have skills. that just aren't privy to the rest of us. No disrespect to the single men in the audience, no disrespect to all the women that I adore, but like there is a magical set of skills that get bestowed on divorced dads. I don't know if it's just they've spent so much time trying to save money for their families, or if they've just been hiding from their families in the garage for 15 years. But they just have a sense about things. This is not a joke. I didn't have to write this. This happened. I pulled up on a date with a divorced dad. I drive up into his driveway. When I pull up, he's already just out there standing on the porch. Thank you for getting that. Here's what I mean. Here's why she laughed. Here's what I mean. It looked like some real dad shit to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't have anything to do out there. Like, here's what I mean. You know those men who, if they're not physically cutting grass, they're emotionally cutting grass? You know? That's what he was doing. I pull up. I get out of the car. Here's what he says to me, verbatim. Hey, you look pretty. But the way your car kind of vibrates when you brake, I think your rotors are warped. I could change those out for you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Jeff. But I'm like super turned on right now. Oh my God. I think you need to get back in the house, Jeff. I think we're going to be late for dinner. He is so wholesome, he still didn't get it. He goes, oh, well, we don't have to go to dinner if you don't want to. I could just heat us up some meatloaf if you like that. Man, fuck yeah, I want some meatloaf, Jeff. Did you just tell me you are going to fix my brakes and make me a meatloaf? What other kind of good-ass ideas you got, Jeff? I don't want to go on a date. I want to do everything on your fucking to-do list. Good-ass idea machine Jeff out here. Spontaneity. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Jeff. I have never seen my apartment through the eyes of a divorced dad before, and it was a thrill ride. Every single one of them walks in the same way, like they're thinking of buying it. You know? Jeff walks in. You got some bubbling in your crown mold in here. I could buff that out for you. I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Jeff. But I'm gonna suck your dick. I'm gonna do it. And I did it too. I sucked it with my heart. I mean, obviously my mouth was involved, but you ever suck a dick with your spirit? You just so proud of you, Jeff. Thank you. You know, and you guys have got to understand, that is the absolute highest praise coming from me, because I used to absolutely despise sucking dick. Oh my God, I despised it. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I was well into college before I was sexually active, and so I was literally in college with all my girlfriends in the dorm, and I was like, hey y'all, we're not like actually like sucking a dick, right? That's like crazy. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, we're sucking a dick, yeah. And I was like, no, I know we are, but I mean, you mean it like a metaphor for how we feel about him, you know, like I love him so much, I could just suck a dick. Love him. Like that is what you mean by suck a dick. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking? No, Mandee, we're sucking a dick. And I'm like, oh, no, I know what you're talking about because I've seen that on TV, but that's CGI, that's special effects. We can't actually do that. Like, those are athletes. Those are stunt women on TV. We don't actually do that, us. And they're like, Mandee, I don't know what to tell you. We're sucking a dick. And I was like, well, okay. So the first time, I swear to God to you, the first time I ever did it, I thought it was a prank. The first time I ever sucked a dick, I thought all my girlfriends were about to jump out of the closet and be like, oh my God, she fucking did it! Oh my God, she did it! Oh shit! Oh shit, she put her mouth where the pee comes out! Oh shit! But it wasn't a prank. And it was expected. I hated it. But it turns out I finally get it now. I didn't hate sucking dick. I was just sucking the dick of men in their 20s and 30s. I was sucking the dick of men who didn't deserve it. If you were a man in this room and you were in your 20s and 30s and you have ever received a blowjob, that was stolen valor. Stolen valor. You need to give it back. Give it back. You didn't earn that. You will one day turn 40, get some skills, you'll earn it. Not right now. Not right now. Because now I love it. Now I give it out as presents, gifts, thank yous. For just, basic home and auto repair. And I'm happy to do it. I wish more than anything in this world I could unsuck a dick. That's my dream. That's my dream. I wish that were my superpower. You know how some people are like, oh, I wish I could fly. Some people are like, I wish I could move things with my mind. Nope, not me. Just wish I could unsuck a dick. And with it, also obviously like remove the memory from both of us that the dick, had ever been sucked. That's all I want. Right now, my dream is that there is some asshole sitting in his apartment in Louisville, Kentucky. And he just thinks to himself out of nowhere, God damn, I dated Mandee McKelvey for like 4 years. Did she really never suck my dick that whole time? That's right, I never did. You're remembering it correctly. I didn't do it because you didn't deserve it, you psycho Scott. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We have to go. We have to leave. This became a marathon of a show. God damn it, thank you for waiting and getting through this and probably holding so much pee. All right, I'm going to get us out of this. Here's what we're going to do. This is dumb, by the way. If you're an aspiring comedian, do not do what I'm about to do. This is a recipe for disaster. I am going to go back for a joke I set up about an hour and a half ago. I shouldn't do it because a lot of you are different now. You seem quite drunker than you were when we started. So if this doesn't go well, it's not your fault. If this doesn't go well, don't worry about it. Just delete. Delete it. And just remember us as we were now. When we loved each other. And we all agreed that no one under 40 gets a blowjob. Is that you, Tina? Sweet baby Tina's chuckle of guilt. No blowjobs under 40. Uh-oh. Oh, my heart. That's going to make switching gears so hard right now even harder. All right, let's go back for this joke so we can get you all home. Okay, here we go. All right, reset. So last Halloween, I was back home in South Carolina where this voice came from. And I was with my niece and nephew. I was doing the trick-or-treating with them, right? And I'm like, hey, Mom, will you come in here, switch me jobs, and hand out the candy? I think I'm just, like creeping out the kids. And she goes, what did you say? And I was like, will you come in here and hand out the candy for me? I don't know, kids won't take it from me. Got some kind of poison apple vibe, working here. And she goes, what did you say? And I was like, Jesus, Mom, will you come in here and hand out the candy? And she goes, oh my God, that's it. That's what I was going to name you, Candy. Thank you so much, Brick Room. What a fantastic crowd you were. Please be safe getting home.
One more time for Mandee McKelvey, everyone. How about it? What a night. One more time for your feature acts, Tennant McDonald, Eric Sablan. We have shows like this all the time. Check out upcoming dates on our website, Brick Room Comedy Club. I've been so highly. God bless you. Good night.